So here we go. At McDonald's, we got these eggs. They're actual shell eggs. All the eggs are lined up in this tray, and all the trays are stacked up in this box. The whole box is in the refrigerator, and then we pull one tray at a time to put on top of the grill so we can crack the eggs and make the eggs. Okay, so I was on grill making the eggs, and I needed to grab another tray of eggs from the fridge. So I go over there, and the big box is in the bottom, and so I pull it out a little bit, lift up my eggs, and then the entire box tips out of the fridge and lands sideways. All the eggs go rolling across the floor, and I'm like, ah, no! And they're all like cracking and breaking and shattering to pieces like the small remains of my heart. We had a bit of an Easter egg hunt because the eggs rolled everywhere. Under the fridge, under the sink, all over the floor. It was pretty bad. I wasted 19 eggs. The manager, Dylan, is cool, so he was just like, psh, whatever. You already dropped 5 biscuits on the floor. What's 19 more eggs, you know? 3 or 4 hours later, this was when breakfast was over and we're serving lunch now, Dylan finds another egg underneath the dishwasher. So, there's probably an egg rotting underneath the bun cart right now. I don't know, I hope not. We had an Easter egg hunt at McDonald's, that's what we called it. A little bit of Easter spirit. Yeah. But I set fire to the rain, watched it burn as I touched your face. So I maybe like that song a lot. It's fun to rock out to, honestly. So Fernan got its own McDonald's now. Brand spanking new, just came up this summer. And so a whole bunch of their employees were actually trained at my McDonald's in Jasper. This Sunday I got to work at the Fernan store because I was covering somebody's shift. That was pretty dang exciting. Really strange, actually, working in a different McDonald's. All the equipment was like so weird, different. I only knew a couple people who were trained at my McDonald's. I felt like the new kid, because nobody else knew me. I'm really glad I don't work at the Fernan McDonald's now that it's open, because they don't even have a radio. Ah, man. It kinda sucked, because I'm used to jamming out to every song. Like, psh, yeah, I'm like, woo! And then me and my friends jump around sometimes. Like my friend Tyler and I dance around to Call Me Maybe when every time it comes on. So it was very blech, not having a radio. On the flip side, the Fernan store has food days. I want food days. They have this calendar, and every week it's like a cupcake day, or a cookie day, or a brownie day. And it's just like, why doesn't my McDonald's do that? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I went back into the back to find these blue gloves, because I needed more. They had this giant shelf, and there's a little aisleway in between the shelves. So I walk down the aisleway, I'm like, I don't see the gloves here. So then I walk back out, and then I like step on a track. And then I look around a bit, and I'm like, wait a second. The giant shelves rolled back and forth. It's these giant shelves that go all the way up to the ceiling, and they're like really huge and got these big boxes on them. And then you just pull it, and it rolls to the side so you can get in. And I was like, But sadly, my adventure was cut short by some bad news during my break. It was the worst news you could possibly get. kind of ruins your day. I can no longer say that I have all four grandparents. My grandma had a stroke in the nursing home as I was at work, and she passed away. So, yeah. So, what's with these grandmas this summer, Zoe? I don't get it. I'm There's a very have a good week smile. Yeah.